My first introduction to Miles was done all the way back in 2012 when the Ultimate Spider-Man series was still going on. Yes, that TV cartoon. I liked them a little bit, but I was never too intrigued by him. I was never really like a big fan of the character. And that all changed when in 2018 Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse came out and redefined superhero movies and animated movies as a whole. And in the same year, that is 2018, and also that is the best year for Spider-Man fans. I mean, seriously, just look at all this stuff related to Spider-Man that year, man. That same year, Spider-Man PlayStation 4 decided to make Miles a canon character in the story and decided to get him bitten by a spider. And yeah, we all knew Miles was gonna be under the wing of Peter Parker. But what no one expected is a standalone game for Miles. This game has some huge shoes to fill in terms of the story and everything, because the last game was basically considered the greatest superhero game ever made by many people. And did it fill the shoes of Into the Spider-Verse and Spider-Man PlayStation 4? I think yes. Now, I'm not saying that this game is perfect by any means, because let's be honest, no game is, and this one is no exception. The story is pretty short, the new Peter looks younger than Miles, and the arc with the best friend villain progresses faster than you can say the title of the game, that is Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. But all these issues become so minor because this game does so many things so good. It does those things that it does good, so good, that to me, Spider-Man Miles Morales is the ultimate Spider-Man story. And if this was a movie, it would be the ultimate Spider-Man movie. Now, I'm not gonna dive too much into the combat, the swinging, and the overall gameplay a lot, but I have to mention these in some way, shape, or form and point out some things related to them which overall enhance the experience and ground Miles as a character and make us believe that he is a new Spider-Man. This is a coming-of-age story about a Spider-Man who is yet to be. The combat in the game is downright spectacular. It retains a lot of stuff from the game that came out in 2018, that is Marvel's Spider-Man, also known as Spider-Man PlayStation 4, but now it has been remastered as Spider-Man Remastered for the PlayStation 5. But yeah, alongside retaining it, also builds up upon it. This combat, this swinging, feels so Miles, and I am going to elaborate on that right now. Miles does not have a lot of gadgets like Peter did, but he has those two powers which I'm gonna be touching up on in a little bit. When Peter hit someone in the first game, the strikes felt calculated because of the experience Peter Parker had. But in this game, when Miles hits someone, it's free-flowing combat, feels so raw. What I can say about the combat of the game is that is how I imagine myself fighting if I was Spider-Man, and I can say the same for the web swinging. The web swinging part again makes this character's experience be so believable because his swinging is filled with excitement. It's joyful. I mean, even the animations for the air tricks feels like they were choreographed by a group of freestylists and breakdancers. This youthful charm to the combat and swinging is enhanced even more by Miles's puns. And even during some of the challenge trainings that you're gonna be doing in the game, Peter gives him advice on the puns. Miles's expressions, the dialogues, the everything feels so grounded and feels so realistic to him being a teenager. Well, maybe an exaggerated black teenager, but yeah. Now, as I said, I was gonna be touching on the Venom power and the invisibility power. Let me tell you a fact about myself. I am 17 years old, and Miles is 17 years old in this game as well. The reason behind Miles discovering the Venom power is anger.
Miles, get out of here! Back the hell? What was that?
And the reason behind him discovering the invisibility power is fear.
This is your last warning. I saved him.
What the hell? Where'd he go?
Oh my God. Did he go over?
Did they push him?
What happened to him?
Help him.
And I think people of our age who are in this phase of just about to become an adult are going to relate so much to this, because I think those two feelings, fear and anger, are what the people of my age feel the most. Whether it be fear from death because of something stupid that they did, or fear of losing someone close to them, or whether it be anger for being responsible for both of those. I can relate. Now, before the game came out, people were like, yeah, they're just gonna cash in on the Miles popularity that was established pretty well because of the Into the Spider-Verse movie, and they're gonna take it in the same direction. We're gonna be noticing a lot of similar things. Yeah, there is similarities here, but this Miles is so different from the one in the movie. He has to take up the responsibility of the only Spider-Man all of a sudden when his mentor decides to leave the city.
Tell you, I'm not gonna be around for the next few weeks.
Is this some kind of pee joke I don't get?
No, MJ's headed overseas for the Bugle and requested me as her photographer. Kind of a working vacation for us.
Oh, man. Look, I don't know if I'm ready to fly solo. I screwed up today big time with the helicopter.
But then you delivered big time. You saved my bacon, Miles.
I got lucky.
Hey, I did this gig for 8 years without backup, and you better believe I screwed up lots of times. But that is how you learn.
What's this?
Christmas present. But first, you gotta take the oath.
Oh. Okay.
I promise to do everything in my power to protect this city.
I promise.
Look at this man, he is so excited to be Spider-Man, but the realization is also hitting him that he has to be the protector of this city all on his own, when until this point he had a mentor and a better Spider-Man to help him out. And my god, I don't know why people don't appreciate the actor for Genki Lee. Some of his lines are downright heart-touching, even though the original Spider-Man himself said that he was the only Spider-Man here.
New York's only Spider-Man.
Miles actually never referred to himself as Spider-Man, and that's why those subtle moments, those subtle things, those subtle details in the writing of the game start to kick in and give you those shivers down your spine during moments like this.
Whenever you say Spider-Man, you always mean the other one. You're Spider-Man. You can fix this. Your way.
Also, the soundtrack and the score here is so amazing. Every track that is played at a given situation fits in perfectly with that situation. You feel the emotional weight of moments like this because the story builds up to these moments. Every character in the game that you interact with feels like a real person. They feel like someone I might know. They feel like someone living next door. Even in the side missions, I found myself so attached to these characters, like Haley.
I doubt that. Bye, Haley. Hope to see you again.
Characters in this game feel believable. A good example of characters acting believable is during this fight, the share of their ideologies of Prowler and Spider-Man.
I don't get to pick and choose when I'm Spider-Man. I gotta stop Finn.
No, you gotta survive. I've been trying to teach you that, but you don't listen.
You want me to survive so bad? Why sell me out to Krieger?
Wasn't a sellout.
Yeah.
I'm serious. You were never supposed to get caught. Krieger broke our deal.
You want it back in the family, and that's the best you could do?
I saved your life.
You threw me in a cell!
To protect you.
Like this is protecting me?
Damn it, Miles! I'm not gonna lose you too.
And I'm not gonna let people die just to save my skin. You underestimated me.
Damn it, no!
You don't know whose side to take and who is on the right side of the argument because both are putting up so many valid points at their own part. You can't just help feel that these are real people. And my god, the interactions of Miles with his mom in this game are so heartwarming. This scene of them having a conversation after she find out that Miles is Spider-Man brings a tear to my eye. It's so good.
Why didn't you tell me about any of this? All those talks we had? How to keep yourself safe? But this?
didn't want you to worry. And the other Spider-Man's gone. I just keep making things worse and worse. Now I screwed up things with you.
Miles. There is nothing you could ever do or ever be that would make me stop loving you. Nada.
I love the fact that this game respects previous Spider-Man media so much. There are so many references scattered throughout the city. They have suits from the previous Miles' appearances, and I can't mention homages without talking about that ending. Characters like Batman and Spider-Man are not about killing evil, it's about redeeming them and turning them into good people once again, believing that there's a ray of light left somewhere in the darkness inside the hearts of people. During this entire last battle, Miles gets thrown around so much. The moment he hits her hard, he pulls back twice as much so that he does not hurt his best friend. This entire fight, he doesn't give up on the light within her. And it's during these moments that Miles has come to the realization,
Don't make me kill you! You can't win! Why do you keep fighting?
Because I'm Spider-Man.
I know this is thrown around in the video essay community a lot, but the setup and the payoff are some of the most important parts of any form of media. At this point, Miles has evolved so much from a character who was afraid, from a character who didn't believe in himself, to a character who is willing to sacrifice himself at the age of 17 to save the people he loves. That is so fucking good. All the redeeming conversations that Spider-Man has had with the Tinkerer throughout the entire game light up hope. Tinkerer does the right thing.
It's okay. Just let go. Let go.
And it pays homage to Spider-Man 2 in so many ways.
I will not die a monster.
Created here in Spider-Man Miles Morales brought tears to my eyes. It is so good.
So young.
Hey, get out of here, kid. We'll take care of them.
Did you see his face?
You did good, Spider-Man.
Thanks.
Who is he?
That guy? He's our Spider-Man.
As High Top Films said, that's what good art does. It makes you feel something. This game makes me feel something. This game makes me proud to be a Miles Morales fan and be a Spider-Man fan in general. This is what Spider-Man is all about.
That's all a hero really is. Someone who's brave for the people they love.
Just a guy who doesn't give up.